Welcome to Enjoy Learning Computer Science. Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be solving the CBSE sample paper 2024-2025 section D. Section D has 4 questions and each question carries 4 marks. Okay. So 32, 33, 34, 35. 4 questions, 32 to 35. And you have some internal choices. Answer accordingly. Question number 32. Consider the table orders as given below. So there is a table called, the name of the table is orders. Okay. So the table is given, note, there's a note also given. The table contains many more records than shown here. That means some of the records only from the table are shown here. You have to write the following queries. Question number part 1 of 32. To display the total quantity for each product, excluding products with total quantity less than 5. So you have to display the total quantity for each product. So you have to display product and the total quantity of each product, excluding products with total quantity less than 5. So whichever products which has total quantity less than 5 should not be displayed. That is known as excluding, should not be included. So we'll give the condition is total quantity greater than or equal to 5. So that will not include the total quantity which are less than 5. And here you have to find out the total quantity for each product. That means you have to find out the total quantity of laptop separately, smartphone separately, headphones separately. So you have to use the clause group by. So group by laptop, group by smartphone. For laptop, you have to find out the total separately. For smartphone, you have to find out the total separately. So you have to use group by clause and then use the sum and then find out the, give the condition which is greater than or equal to 5. Okay. So I can give, I'm sorry. So this is your table actually. Okay, you can see this is the table which is given. Now I'm going to give the condition. So what has to be done? You have to select the, select the product and sum of quantity. Okay. Select, 1 minute. I'm just hope it is clear now. Select product, comma, sum of quantity. Correct. So for each product you are going to calculate the sum of quantity from the table name. Which table name? Orders. The name of the table is orders. And I'm going to group by the products. So group by products. And then we are going to specify the condition. When we are using group by, specify the condition using having clause, not where having. Okay. Group by product having. We are calculating the sum of quantity is greater than or equal to 5. So now we don't have the quantity which is greater than or equal to 5. So it should display an empty set. Okay. Now to show, let me give greater than or equal to 2. Now you can see wherever the sum is greater than will be displayed. Okay. This is just to show you the output. Okay. So select name of the product, sum of the quantity of each product should be displayed from the table. So from orders, I'm grouping by the product. So group by product. When we are using group by, using having clause, sum of quantity greater than or equal to 5. Okay. Next one, consider the orders, the same table. To display the orders table sorted by total price in descending order. So you have to display the orders table. This table should be displayed sorted by total price. Okay, sorted by total price. This is the total price, right? in descending order. So let's see. Select, I want to display everything, right? So select asterisk. When you want to display everything, asterisk, from the table orders. Then you have to arrange in descending order. When you want to sort which clause, you have to use order by. Okay, order by. Order by which one? Order by total price. So this price column. So order by price in descending order. So DESC. Okay, order by price DESC. Now you can see the price 12,000, 10,000 and 1,500. So everything is arranged in descending order according to the price table, price attribute. Okay. So to display anything in descending order, select asterisk from table name, order by clause, which column you are going to order. If it is descending, specify DESC. If it is ascending, no need to specify anything. By default, it will arrange in ascending order. The next question, to display the distinct customer names from the orders table. So you want to display the customer names distinct. Distinct means without duplicate. Okay, without duplicate values. So you have to use select. What you have to order? Distinct customer name. So C name should be distinct. So include the clause, use the clause or add the clause distinct before the column C name. Okay, distinct customer name from the table orders. That's all. So here we have already distinct, so it will display the distinct customer name. So if you don't want redundancy, you have to use distinct clause. Okay. Next one, display the sum of price of all the orders for which the quantity is null. Okay, you have to check whether the quantity is null. So display the sum of price. So you have to calculate the sum of price. This one. Okay, sum of price for which the total quantity is null. So let's see. Select sum of price. You can give an alias name also if you want. So just I am giving alias name for your understanding. So select sum of price as total price from the table orders where what's the question? Where the quantity is null. So where quantity, the column name is quantity. Is null. This is the clause to check whether your column is null. You cannot give whether quantity is equal to null. You have to use where quantity is null. Okay. So we don't have anything as null. That's what it is giving. Total price is null. Okay. Then the next question. Okay. So we'll move on to question B part of the question. Right. So 32, there are two parts. One is A. The second part is B. You have to answer A or B. So A part will be writing queries. And B parts we have writing. Finding out the outputs. Write the outputs of the given things. Okay. So from the table orders only. So let's see. Select C name, sum of quantity as total quantity from orders group by C name. Let's see. 1 second, let me copy. Yeah. So for this query, you have to find out the outputs. Select C name. Okay. So you can see here, select C name, everything is given. So your column should have, okay, your column should have, select C name means your column, the output column should have C name. some quantity as total quantity. So the alias name only will be there in the table. From the table orders, group by C name. So now you can see. Okay. So C name, total quantity. So group by C name. So for every C name, the total quantity will be displayed. This should be the output. So when you are writing the output should be in a tabular form. And you can see what are the things in the query, C name and total quantity. Those two columns only should be there in your output table. Group by C name. So you can see your table. The table, this is your table. Group by C name, this is your C name. You can see here. There are three things in your table. One is Jitendra, Mustafa, Dwani. Okay, these three should be grouped. Quantities 1, 2 and 1. That's correct. We'll move on to the next question. Select asterisk from orders where product like iPhone. Let me select this. Okay. So this query, select asterisk from orders where product like iPhone. So this is your table. The product, if the product contains iPhone, see, percentage phone percentage. This percentage is will matches this wildcard character will matches n number of characters. So your product should contain the characters phone, then it will get displayed. So let's see the table. So which product laptop, it does not have phone, smartphone has phone, headphone has phone. So these two should be the output. Let's see the output now. Oh, I am sorry. 1 second. The codes have to change it. Since I copied, that's all. Okay. Now you can see. So Mustafa Dwani, product contains 4. So this like, okay, select asterisk from orders where product like, we are matching, pattern matching. So if your product contains the characters phone, either back or before or whatever it is, so it should contain phone, then it will display those products details. Okay. Next one. Select OID, C name, product, quantity, price from orders where price is between 1,500 and 12,000. So let's see the table. So where price is between 1,500 and 12,000. So you have to display the details when price is between 1,500 and 12,000. When between and is used, both the values will be included. 1,500 as well as 12,000 will be included. So when between clause is used, and also should be used. So this displays the details of the products where the price ranges between 1,500 and 12,000. So you have to write the output in a tabular form. So what are the details in the query? OID. So your table should contain OID, C name, product, quantity, price. Correct? And then display the details of the price which has 1,500 to 12,000. Next one. Select max price of orders. Which is the maximum price of orders? 12,000. That one only will be displayed because we have given select max price. So your output should contain only max price, which is the maximum price, 12,000. That should be the outputs. So when you are writing outputs, please make sure you are drawing a tabular column. Okay. Next question. Question number 33. 33rd question will be a CSV file. Okay, a CSV file, happiness.csv, contains the data of a survey. Each record of the file contains the following data: name of a country, population of the country, sample size, happy. Sample size is number of persons who participated in the survey in that country, and happy is number of persons who accepted that they were happy. So your CSV file contains name, population, sample size and happy. This is your example. For example, a sample record, Sydney land, and population of the country, then the sample size, then the happy, number of persons who accepted that they were happy. You have to write the following Python functions to perform the specified operations. Read all the data from the file. Okay, you have to read all the data from the file in the form of a list and display all those records whose population is more than this money. Okay, 50 lakhs. Then the second part is count the number of records in the file. Okay, so let me one second. Okay, so this is your this is the happiness file which I have created. Okay, notepad. Now let's see how to write the code. Okay, so the question is a CSV file. Okay, this is your CSV file. You have to read all the data from the file in the form of a list and display the records which has population more than 50 lakhs. Okay, let's write the code. So first thing is, if for a CSV file, import CSV. Okay, so you have to import the CSV module. Then let's create a function definition, because they are asked write the following Python functions. So we have to write the functions. Def show. Okay, the question, so to read all the data and display. So I'm giving show or display, whatever you want you can write. Now first thing is open the file. I'm opening the file. F is equal to open the name of the file happiness.csv, and in which mode I have to open? Read mode. Okay, so the file is open. Then you have to create a reader object to load all the data from your file. So I am giving any name for record is equal to the name of the module dot reader of the file object F. Okay, so first opening the file, then create a reader object and store it in any variable csv.reader. Now if I want to read the record, what I have to do? Loop for I. So what I have, the content which is loaded will be in your variable or record. So for I in record, okay, I want to display if. I'll show you this. So this is your CSV file. Okay, so your CSV file contains name Signiland, then the population, then the sample size, then the happy. So I want to check for which the population is more than 50 lakhs. So I want to check the population. That means first one, second one in the list, in the form of a list, right? So what is the index of the second value, which is first one is 0, the second one will be 1, correct? So I'm writing as if I of 1, I will be the first record, okay, and the index of the second value is 1 is greater than, okay, if it is greater than, I'm going to print it. So print I of 1, and then that's all I've displayed. Now I'm closing the file, f.close. So now let's call the function. There is an error. Let's see. So it is not displaying what output, what error it is showing. int. See here, this I of 1, even though it is a number, will be in the form of a string when we are reading. So it should be converted into a number if we want to perform any calculation or comparison. So it should be an integer because this is also an integer. Now let's see. So now it is displaying the population which are more than the given value, that is the 50 lakhs. So how we wrote the function? First import CSV, open the file in read mode, create the reader object, then iterate with the loop for I in record. Now check whether the population is greater than. If it is greater than, print. Very simple, right? Now let's go to the next part of the question. Count the number of records in the file. Okay, you have to count the number of records in the file. So just let's create a function called count. Okay, the same thing, f is equal to open, reader object, all the things are same. So I'm just copying. Okay, opening the file, creating a reader object. Now let's iterate the reader object. For I in record, I want to count. So count is equal to count plus 1. So I'm giving count plus 1. So initially, let me give a variable count is equal to 0. Right? So count is equal to count plus 1. And I'm giving print number of records. Comma count. Okay, and let's close the file. F dot close. So show is done. So I'm giving a hashtag for that. Let me close. Sorry, count. So number of records is 4. Let's see the file. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it is showing. The output is number of records 4. Okay. So count, or to count the number of records in a file, the same thing. Open the file in read mode. Initialize a variable 0. Then read the entire content by creating a reader object. Then iterate that. Increment for each record, you increment the count. So first I will take the first record. So increment the count will be 1. Then I will take the next record. Count will be incremented to 2 and so on till the end of the records. And then finally print the number of records. So you can see here for writing the first function, half mark for opening the file in write mode, half mark for creating the reader object, half mark for checking the condition, and half mark for correctly displaying the outputs. That means printing the record. Okay. So 2 marks for the first part and the second part also 2 marks separately. Here also half mark for writing the file in write mode, half mark for creating reader object, using the counter, half mark displaying the counter. Okay. So ignore import CSV. See, since they are asked to write the functions, if you are not writing import CSV also, you will not be losing good marks for that, but it is a good practice to import the modules properly. Next question. It is a SQL based question. Someone has entrusted with the management of law university database. He needs to access some information from faculty and courses table for a survey analysis. Help him extract the following information by writing the desired SQL queries as mentioned below. So tables, there are 2 tables given. One is faculty and the other one is courses. So faculty table has FID, FName, LName and all. Courses table also has a CID, FID. There is a common table, CName and fees. Now, to display complete details from both the tables of those faculties whose salary is less than 12,000. So, you have to display all the details from both the tables. You have to combine all the details from both the tables whose salary is less than 12,000. So, we can use natural join. Okay. So I can write select, display all the details. So I'm giving asterisk from 2 tables, faculty as well as can see courses, faculty and courses. So I'm combining those two tables. Faculty, natural join. What is the other name? Courses. Where salary less than 12,000. Okay. So what is natural join? Natural join will combine the table based on the columns with the same name. We have two columns with the same name, right? So it will combine the table with same name and same data type automatically without specifying the join condition explicitly. So when we join, normally we'll write like this. I'll write the other method also. Select asterisk from faculty comma courses, the two table, okay, where salary less than 12,000 and faculty dot, so which column is common? FID. Here also FID. You can see here this column in the table faculty and FID both are same. So I'm combining with the condition where faculty dot FID should be equal to course dot FID. So if I'm using natural join, this condition which we are giving explicitly need not be given. Okay, natural join will, without specifying the condition or explicitly, it will join. Okay, so that is the difference between these two queries. Here I have used natural join. So when I am using natural join, no need to specify this condition. If I am not using natural join, specify the condition explicitly. So here, to display the complete details, we have to use asterisk from both the tables. So from faculty comma courses, and what is the condition? Whose salary is less than 12,000. So where salary is less than 12,000. Okay. Next query, to display the details of courses. So we have to use only the courses table. Okay. So to display the details of courses where fees is in the range of 20,000 and 50,000, both values should be included. So let's write the query. Select details of all the details. Select asterisk from the table name is given courses. Okay. So where fees is in the range. So I'm giving a condition where fees between and operator between 20,000 and 50,000. So between will include both the ranges. It will include 20,000 as well as 50,000. Both the values also will be included. So when you are using between, you have to specify and the lower limit and the upper limit. Okay. Next one, to increase the fees of all courses by 500 which have computer in their course name. So we are going to make changes in the values of the data which is present in the table courses. So which command you have to use? Which query? Update. Okay. So update. Which table we are going to update? The name of the table? Courses. So update courses. I'm going to change the fees, increase the fees by 500. Correct? So update courses, set fees. The name of the column is fees column. So this column I'm going to increase by 500. Correct? I'm sorry. Yeah. Set fees is equal to, so fees plus 500. I'm adding 500 with the fees. So that will be your new fees details now. So fees is equal to fees plus 500 where, see, which have computer in their course name. So course name column is C name, where C name I'm going to check whether it has CNAMEs as computer. So like operator, computer like, it should have computer anywhere. So I'm giving computer. So it can be in the middle or in the beginning or at the end. Okay. So where CNAME like percentage computer percentage, it should be within quotes, semicolon. Okay. So if you want to make changes in the data, update name of the table, and then set is a keyword, name of the column, new value of the column, where condition. So we have which have computer in their course name, so I am using like operator. Next one, to display names, first name and last name of faculty, taking system design. Okay, so first name and last name. So here we have first name and last name in the table faculty. You can see here, first name is here, last name is here, and then what has to be displayed? Taking system design. So see, course name is in the next table. Course name is in the next table. Here you know you have system design here. So you have to combine both the tables, courses as well as faculty. Correct? To display the names, so I am giving select first name and last name. I'm going to use natural join from both the tables, correct? From faculty, natural join, what is the other name? Courses, yes, courses. What is the condition? Where course name is equal to system design. You can write in other way also, select F name, L name from faculty, courses, where C name is equal to system design, and faculty dot C name should be equal to the common table you have to equate. So here the condition need not to be specified explicitly because we are using natural join. The R part, to display the Cartesian product of these two tables. Cartesian products is simple. Select asterisk from, specify both the table names, that's all. Faculty, courses. Okay, this is your Cartesian product. Select asterisk from faculty, courses. Okay, so in this case, if I am not using natural join, you specify the condition. FID is the common common column in both the tables. So faculty dot FID is equal to courses dot FID. When you use natural join, no need to specify the condition explicitly, right? 34th question. This is the output for the 34th question, which we have discussed already. Now 35th. So this is connectivity based. Okay, so connectivity based question. A table named stationery. The name of the table is given. A table named stationery. The name of the database, item DB, okay, has the following structure. Field, type, item number, item name, price, quantity. Write the following Python function to perform the specified operation and then display. That's the name of the function they have given. This function will input the details of an item and store it in the table stationery. The function should then retrieve and display all records from the stationery table where the price is greater than 120. Okay, so you have to input the details of an item and store it in the table stationery, and then you have to retrieve and display all the records from the stationery where the price is greater than 120. Okay. Now assume the following for Python database connectivity. Host name is given, username is given, password is also given, right? Now let's see. Let's write the code. Yeah. Okay. So first def Name of the function is given in the question itself. Add and display. There's no space. Okay, add and display. Now first you are going to create a connection. Okay, connectivity program. You have to create a connection with Python and MySQL. So first import mysql.connector. Right, so import mysql.connector. Then you have to create a connection object. Okay, so give a name for the connection object. I'm giving con. Connection object is equal to mysql.connector, that is the name of the module, dot connect is the function to connect. So name of the module dot connect. What are we going to connect? Host equal to localhost. Comma user equal to root. Password, everything is given in the question. I'm not giving the same password because my system has different password. So let me give, okay, and then database. Okay, so all these details will be given in the question itself. So we have created a connection object. After creating, so first importing the package, that is done. Then open a connection to MySQL connected using the connect function, that is also done. So while using connect function, you have to give 4 parameters: host, user, password, database, which will be given in the question itself. Okay, then you have to create a cursor instance. Okay, so cursor instance or the cursor object. So I'm giving cursor instance as some cursor is equal to. Okay, now what is the name of the connection object? Con, connection object dot cursor. This cursor instance will help you to for row by row processing of the records. Okay, so if you want to process the records row after row, you have to use the cursor object. This facilitates row by row processing of records in the result sets. That is, the records can be retrieved as per the query. Set of records will be retrieved as per the query. So this is done after creating the connection object. Now in the question it is given, you have to input the details of an item and store it in the table. So what input you have to receive from the user? According to the fields given in the question, you can see item number, item name, price and quantity should be received as input. So first item number. So I'm giving item number is equal to int of input of, let's receive all the inputs. So item number, int of input of, enter item number, then item name. Item name is a string, so I'm not converting in an integer. Price can be of float, and then quantity. So these are the 4 items given in the question: item number, item name, price, quantity, that we have to receive as input from the user. Okay, then the function should retrieve and display all records from the stationery table whose price is greater than 120. So now all the inputs I have received. Now I have insert the value inside the table. So let's create a query. Q is equal to, okay, you can give any variables within quotes, insert. What is the insert? Into table name. What is the table name? Stationery. What are we going to insert? Values. So insert into table name values. So I'm getting input from the user. So I'm going to use format. So I'm giving, the first one is item number. So empty curly bracket. Then item name is a string that has to be given within quotes. Okay. then again price, comma, and then quantity. Okay, I have given all the values, quote, then I can give, this is here inputs, and I have to use format, right? Format, all the four, see we have given four curly brackets, right? So 4 values we are receiving from the user. So that variable name should be specified in the format part. So what are the variables we have used? Item number, item name, price, quantity. So item number, item name, price, quantity. These are the variables. Okay, dot form. So if you are given 4 parentheses here, 4 brackets, the 4 values has to be passed, right? That is done. Now let's execute this query. When you are executing the query, it has to be done with cursor object. So cursor object name is cur dot execute the query queue. I am executing the query. You can directly give the query inside this also. So we are inserting values inside the table. So new values are inserted. So we have to save that by using commit. So connection object dot commit. So all the inserted values will be saved now. Okay. Now after that we have to, what we have to do? We have to display all records from the stationery table whose price is greater than 120, right? So now we have to write another query, cursor object dot execute. I'm going to give the query directly, select asterisk from the table name stationery where price is greater than 120. Okay, so the query over. This is done. Now I want to display the query for any variable in the cursor object. Print record. Yes. Print I, I'm sorry. Print I. Okay, this is done. Now let's see what is the name of the function. Add and display. Let me call the function. Okay, in spelling is wrong. You can see it is asking the item number. I'm giving 2001. Item name laptops. Item price 10,000. Item quantity 1. Okay, item number is non-return. Okay, so the table which I have created, oh, item number, I didn't give capital letter here. Item NO, here I have given small, I think. Yeah, that is the error. Giving FI, and let me insert the values. So after inserting, so already I have inserted some values. Now the new value which is inserted also is getting displayed with everything. Correct? Now, so the condition is given is greater than 120. So whichever is greater than 120 price, all the details are displayed. Suppose I am giving greater than 500. Now maybe 1000 I am giving. So it is asking the same thing, 2002. Some boxes. price I am giving some 603 boxes. Okay, so it is the prices with greater than 1000 is only that record will be displayed as outputs. Okay, so now you hope you must have understood the concept very clearly. So whenever you are using connectivity, first do not forget to import mysql.connector, then the connection object, okay, then the cursor object, then get all the inputs and all the queries. When you are executing the query, cursor object dot execute. If you are inserting any values, making changes in the data inside the table, save using commit and then display the outputs. Okay. So this questions section is over. Correct. So you can see the marking scheme: half mark for importing the connector object, half mark for correctly creating the connection object, half mark for creating the cursor object, half mark for correctly inputting the data, then half mark for creation of first query, half mark for executing the first query with commit, and then half mark for executing the second query, half mark for displaying the correct data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, totally 4 marks for this question. Hope you must have understood the concept. Thanks for watching. Enjoy learning computer science. Subscribe and press the bell icon for further updates. Thank you. Ta-ta.